Time now for the Wall Street Beat. Another massive story of the morning. President-elect Donald Trump is said to be considering appointing Kevin Warsh, a former Federal Reserve official, as Treasury Secretary, alongside hedge fund manager Scott Bessent as director of the White House's National Economic Council. Bloomberg senior Washington correspondent Saleha Mohsin joins us now with more. Has been watching Treasury closely for a very long time. And of course, this rat race, let's call it, into the top spot in Treasury in this next administration. How does the latest round of jostling really set the stage for what his economic team might look like?
Yeah, we still don't know who is going to be Treasury Secretary. And, I don't see how Trump can decide what the rest of the team can look like until he's filled and decided on a candidate for that very key post. We know what his economic agenda is. We know that he wants to go very strong on tariffs, and he wants a Treasury Secretary with Wall Street pedigree who will carry forth and implement an agenda that is heavy on protectionism.
So how does Kevin Warsh's resume look in that respect? Neil Dutta has been saying for a couple of days now, Warsh is a hawk. And in terms of his positions on the Fed, he was very hawkish. But Sonali and I were talking about this earlier. Treasury is a very different position than being a Fed governor. He's still going to pursue a strong dollar policy, I guess. That's what most treasuries do. But he's going to have a broader remit in terms of tariff policy.
Absolutely. We know it's very clear that an economic populist or protectionist agenda is very important to Trump right now. And he doesn't want too many free traders or any free traders in the room when he's making these key decisions to fulfill these promises to implement huge tariffs to rebalance trade. And so, yes, he wants someone with a Wall Street pedigree, but he also wants someone who will not be a bulwark to tariff and protectionist policies, but serve to carry those forth. Now, we've heard from Scott Bessent publicly talking about how tariffs are a great policy, not just for trade, but also foreign policy and national security. We don't know what Kevin Warsh's more recent comments are. I know that we've looked up some of his past comments on air and in his writings that he has talked about how we should not, let protectionism seep through into our economy and our policymaking. But those comments are 10 to 15 years old.